Hello and welcome to this section, Exploring a Docker Container. In this section, we will explore a bit more about Docker containers. First, we'll have a look at creating Docker containers. Next, we'll see container operations, common operations that can be performed on containers. Then we will get inside a container. In here, we'll be looking at how to enter into containers and run commands inside these containers. Next is the entry point instruction. Then we'll have a quick look at the CMD instruction and compare it with the entry point. Next, we'll see container ports and its mapping with the host. After quickly summarizing this section, make sure you try it out. How to create Docker containers. As discussed before, container is a runnable instance of an image. It is a standardized unit of software. Each container is a loosely isolated environment which provides Docker the ability to package and run applications. Now let's see how to create a Docker container. Docker containers are created from Docker images. You can either create your own Docker image using the build command and Docker file, or you can pull existing ready-made images from the Docker repository like Docker Hub or other repositories. For our example, we'll pull the Ubuntu image and create our own containers. Come to the terminal and type docker pull ubuntu latest. If you do not specify the tag, it will default to the latest. Let's see the image that we have pulled. Let's see the image that we have pulled using the docker images command. Yes, we have the image. Here is the list of images. If you have several images, you may want to use the grep command. You pipe this output to a grep command and look for the image that we want. That is pipe, grep and the search string. To create and run a container, we will use the command docker run and the container name. And to see a list of running containers, we'll use docker ps or docker ps space -a. Or it can also be docker ps space -l to see the last container that exited. Come to the terminal and type the command docker run ubuntu or docker run ubuntu latest. So what happened here? Did the container run or is it still running? How do we know this? This is where the docker ps command comes in. This command is the most commonly used command to see the list of currently running containers. Let's go ahead and see whether our container from the Ubuntu image is running. Type the command docker space ps empty. What happened to the container that we just ran? Well, actually, when we executed the docker run command, it created a container, ran it and exited or terminated. In order to see what actually happened, we can also use the command docker space ps space -a flag. Using this command, we can see the list of containers that were created in the past along with any running containers. Let's try it. Type the command docker space ps space -a. This will show you a list of all the containers that we ran. See, I have too many entries. I am only interested in the most recently run container. For this, I type docker space ps space -l. Here in this line, you can see the container that we just created, which ran and exited based on the image Ubuntu. As you can see, Docker gave it a random name. And also note that all containers have a unique ID like the image, and the status here of this container is exited. If you want to run a container and keep it running, there are options that we can use. First one is the -ti option. Docker space run space -ti. This allocates a sudo tty, that is the terminal, and this allocates a tty terminal, and the I option tells it to keep the stdin open so that we can interact with the container. So this will give us an interactive container. We can specify these options as two separate parameter like docker space -t space -i or docker space -ti. We can also use the -d option to keep the container running in the background. Let's come to the terminal and type docker space -run space -ti space ubuntu. Please remember that this command defaults to the latest image tag, and also if this image is not present on our local system, it will pull it from the hub.docker.com repository. This will run a container using the Ubuntu image and start the interactive terminal and keep it open for us to talk to it. So with this command, our container did not exit and we have a terminal prompt to the running container. Let's run a Linux command to confirm that this is a container. Say ls space -l to see the directories. Yes, we can see it. In order to confirm that our container is still running, we can open a new terminal window and execute docker space ps command. And here we can see our new container using the Ubuntu image, and its status is up. Our container terminal is still running. What happens if we type exit and exit from the terminal? Now if we see the docker ps command to see the status of the container, we can see that it has gone. Now instead, if we want the container to continue to run even after we exit from the terminal prompt, we can include the -d option. So docker space run space -tdi. These parameters can be in any order. We can see that the container has been created and it is currently detached, but we have the ID to the container. Let's look at the docker ps command to see the container name and its status. Its status is up, that is, it is still running.